Hi, fourth grade. Day 4 of handwriting with Mrs. Rooney. You should have your blue notebook and a couple pencils and be raring to go. Don't forget, on the bottom right-hand lower side of your screen, you need to check the box so that you can increase the size of your screen. All right. First, I'm going to show a little video talking about the double lines. The double lines contain your letters nicely. They help control your letters so that they don't go above the line when they're not supposed to. They don't go below the line when they're not supposed to. And it keeps it in nice, neat order. And this presentation is just a great way to describe the use of double lines. Here we go.
Hello, I'm Double Lines. Do you know that letters can be unruly, reckless creatures for new writers to control? Watch these guys battle over whose alpha letter, and you'll see how I help children keep them in order.
I'm the biggest, I'm the tallest, the best, numero uno.
You're not the tallest. I'm just as tall. Plus, I'm simple, classy, and elegant.
Psh, yeah, right. You can't get down like me. None of you go below the line. Ha ha ha. Give me a break. I'm tall and I've got my hump. Hey!
Well, guess what? I'm cute and I'm awesome. I'm the only one here who gets to be small. I'm Elf.
Now imagine how confusing it is for new writers to fit letters together when they're given all sorts of lined paper at school. 1 line, 3 lines, too many lines, dotted lines, no lines. I can help you write your letters correctly. My rules are simple. This is my baseline. This is my midline. The baseline guides placement, and the midline controls the size of letters. This is my top space. This is my middle space. This is my bottom space. Small letters fit in the middle space. Tall letters go in the top space. Descending letters go in the bottom space. Whoa. You guys are nothing if we can't read you. Let's all try to work together. Let me help get you into position. Baseline guides placement. Okay, line up. Midline controls the size of letters. Small letters fit in the middle space. Tall letters go in the top space. Descending letters go in the bottom space. Perfect. You're set for success. Double lines help you learn how letters fit together. You'll make them the right size and put them in the right place. You'll be able to keep your letters in order no matter what type of lined paper you have.
All right, everyone. Go ahead and turn to page 8. All right. Before we do anything, I want your pencils down. We're going to stand up and we're going to get ready to do a few warm-up exercises before we start learning, okay? Today, we're going to pretend like we have some imaginary gloves, and we're going to be putting those imaginary gloves on. So we're going to pretend like they're really tight. So we're going to pull those up, just kind of, yep, and then the other one. We're going to put pressure on our arms, pull it up. And then when you come back down, squeeze your arm. Give it a nice squeeze. And the other arm, come back down, give it a nice squeeze. Just going to relax our arms a little bit. Next, we're going to do finger push-ups. So we're going to take our fingers. This helps with our pencil grip, and it helps loosen up our fingers and get them ready to work. Okay, so we're going to do little finger push-ups. All right. So we're going to do finger push-ups all together, and then we're going to do them individually. So now just do your pinky. See if we can do some individual pinky push-ups, and then your ring finger, then your middle fingers, then your pointer finger, and then your thumbs. All right, and then a couple more hand push-ups, finger push-ups. Feels kind of good once you get it going, once you loosen up your fingers a little bit. All right, now we're gonna do piano fingers. So we're gonna actually rest these on my table. You can't see mine, but this is what I'm doing to my fingers on the table, piano fingers. And it's just loosening up your fingers a little bit. So look down at them and make sure that every single finger is moving. Don't forget your thumbs. They need to wiggle too. So loosen them up a little bit. Good job. All right, take a couple deep breaths. We're gonna do bubbles on the way out. Ready? Big breath up. And again, it's fun to make a noise out because then you know you're taking a deep breath. All right. Okay, loosen up your shoulders. Do a couple of arm wings. Like you're gonna take off. All right, good job. Okay, everybody get ready for posture, check. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna make sure our arms are comfortably resting. We're gonna pick up our pencil. We're gonna make sure that it's in the right position. You can even do the flipping trick just to double check yourself. And make sure that your paper is slanted with your arm formation, natural formation. Okay, we're ready to go. Here we go. You might recognize this little character, Magic C Bunny. He's going to be our little buddy, and we're going to use him sometimes in some fun videos, or he's just going to be there as a picture and illustration on our pages. So today, we're going to practice the letter C and Magic C. Magic C is a great connector letter, and it's also one of the first or one of the easiest letters to use when we print. It also is a great connecting letter for cursive handwriting, and it goes the same for capital C. We're going to start with lowercase c, and we're going to just make the Magic C. Magic C. Up here, it tells us that Magic C is actually travels on the line a little bit. And you can see that. And there's a reason for that because it connects with other letters, right? So we're going to just put your pencil down for just a moment. We're just going to use our finger on our book, and we're just going to practice the Magic C. Okay, then we're going to go over and we're going to practice the Magic C, but we're going to travel on the line, and then we're going to slide up and over. That's all we're going to do. Follow the arrows. Let's try that again with our finger. We're going to make the Magic C, travel on the line, slide up and over. Stop. Okay. That sets us up nicely for our last move, which is come back and make a new C. All right, so we're going to make a Magic C. Make sure you're staying with me. Magic C, travel on the line, slide up and over. Now we're going to, don't lift your pencil, don't lift your finger. You're going to come back and make a new C. And you also let it travel just a little bit because that leaves the option to connect to a new letter. Good job. All right. So now pick up your pencil. We're going to actually trace with our pencil over these letters again. Okay, are you comfortable? Make sure that you're not tight and you're gripping. It's not a race. Remember, we've got this. We're just going to comfortably write these letters together. Okay, here we go. Start at the top. Magic C. Start at the top. Magic C. Travels on the line, slides up and over. Good job. All right, Magic C, travels on the line, slides up. Whoop. This is Rooney ran out of room there. Let's start over. Magic C, travel on the line, slide up and over, come back, and make a new C. I'm going to try that one more time. I seem to be having trouble with my mouse a little bit. Okay, here we go. Oops. Magic C, travel on the line, slide up, come back, and make a new C. All right, everyone, good job. All right, now that we're practiced, I'm just going to show what we're working on one at a time here. We're going to copy each lowercase c one time. How many times are we going to practice copying it? One time. We'll copy one, then we'll make one. Then we'll copy one, then we'll make one. And we'll copy one, then we'll make one. That way, it's giving us practice how to space our letters. Okay, this is as large as I can get my screen. Let's see. There we go. That's a little more helpful. Okay. Click my pen. Increase it just a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to copy each lowercase c one time, and please remember that you need to travel on the line slightly because you're going to get ready to connect another letter next. So we're going to travel on the line at the end a little. Magic C, travel. Magic C, travel. Magic C, we're going to trace, travel, then we're going to copy. Good job. Okay. Trace and make your own. It's always fun to talk out loud and to remind yourself. Even when you're not talking out loud, you probably hear Mrs. Rooney saying Magic C, travel on the line, Magic C. Good. Okay. Magic C, travel on the line. Good job. Oh, I see something. What did we talk about yesterday? Think about it. We're looking for ways to check ourselves, and there's a box. So it's asking us to check C. All right? Look at our formation. Remember, we are looking to have a little bit of a travel line when we're finished with our C, aren't we? All right, I want you to check your C's, and then I want you to create a very good C. I want you to take your time, and I want you really concentrate on using that little bit of a travel line at the end. That looks pretty good to me. And check myself. All right, you do the same. All right, I'm going to scroll up just slightly because we're going to copy these models. We're going to copy all, let's see, there's 6 of these. We're going to copy all 6 of these. Remember, we're not racing through. Mrs. Rooney only gets a few minutes with you in handwriting. We're going to make every moment count. I want you to be the best handwriters. Here we go. Start with a magic C. Travel, slide up, back down to create a new C. Here we go. Magic C. Keep going. Travel on the line. Slide up, back down to make a new C. Okay, I want everybody to say it out loud. Ready? Magic C. Travel along the line. Slide up, back down to make a new C. How are they looking? All right, here we go. I'm going to let you say it. I'm not going to say it this time. Good job. I heard it in my brain. Here we go. Magic C, travel on the line, slide up, back down, make a new C. This is Rooney. Not that one very nicely. That one did need to be erased because it did not look like a C at the end there. If it looks close, remember we're just practicing. We don't have to erase them all to be perfect, but we have to make them so that they're legible, which means that we could read them. All right. Here we go, the last one, Magic C, slide up, back down, make a new C. Okay, look at this. We have 6 opportunities to copy or to create the model that we just copied. Okay, there are 2 Magic C's connected together. Here we go. Do the best you can. I'm going to increase my screen a little bit so that I have a little more room to view here. C, slide up, come back, make a new C. Oh, look at what Mrs. Rooney did. Does that look like this? No. That one, I'm going to erase. That is not correct at all. Okay. That's better. Here we go. Magic C, slide up, come back, make a new C. Magic C, up, back. Oh, I did it again. That might be a problem. For Mrs. Rooney. I am not allowing myself a little bit of traveling time on the line, and you can definitely tell a difference. So I'm going to really concentrate here. C, travel on the line, slide up, make a new C. That's better. That's why talking out loud sometimes really helps. Magic C, travel on the line, come back, make a new C. Magic C, travel on the line, slide up, come back, make a new C. Magic C, travel on the line, come back, make a new C. Do you recognize that they give us plenty of line space? It is so nice to have a little bit of room and you're not trying to cram your letters into space. They give you plenty of room. That doesn't mean that you really extend and use the whole space, but it just gives you comfortable room. That's another way of allowing us to be relaxed when we have plenty of space to work in. All right. Next, Yep, you saw it. Capital C. Capital C. We're going to trace and copy capital C. This is capital C in print. The correct formation of capital C in cursive, it has a little bit of a travel line following because capital C is always a connecting letter. Mrs. Rooney's first name is Nicole, and it starts, of course, with a capital N. Many of you, I know, have a capital C in your name. So capital C, your capital cursive C will always connect to the next letter in your name. So you always want to make sure that you have a little bit of that travel line there so that you can connect. Okay, you've probably already recognized that as you've been practicing your name. All right, here we go. This one is the magic C, and we are going to trace this line, magic C, and leave just a slight travel. Now we're going to do one on our own. Magic capital C, a little bit of a travel line. Let's trace this. And now we're going to copy it. Good. Trace, magic C, and then copy. A little bit of a travel line. Right there, it lies right on that baseline. Magic C, and then it travels right on that baseline. All right, do you have a favorite? I know there's no box, but let's check ourselves. Go ahead and circle your favorite. Mrs. Rooney has a favorite too. All right. So, Cleopatra, does anybody know who Cleopatra is? She is the queen of, she was the queen of Egypt, right? And Caesar, Julius is his first name. Julius Caesar was a Roman general. And then Rachel Carson. Does anybody know that name? Or have any of you studied Rachel Carson? She lived a good life, long life, but she died in the mid 1960s. And Rachel Carson was a biologist, and she studied the sea and all the creatures that lived in the sea. And she was one of the first environmentalists who realized that what humans put into the air can actually harm the environment around the other living things. So it harms the creatures in the sea, it can harm the atmosphere, and it can harm the water. So she was one of the first environmentalists, and she wrote about some of that. But back in the 1960s, she was famous, a famous writer. So you can also call her an environmentalist. She has concern for the environment and how we treat the environment and all living things. So her name's Rachel Carlson. And then Columbus is this name. And you might recognize this little sailor cap. Who was Columbus? What was his first name? Also starts with a magic C. Christopher Columbus, and he was an explorer, and he was from Italy. So he was an Italian explorer, Christopher Columbus was. So what do you see that all of these three characters, I love their little illustrations, what do they have in common? They all start with magic C, capital magic C. They're all proper names. So are we going to use lowercase or uppercase? You're right. We're going to use uppercase because they're proper nouns. Your name is a proper noun. We always use a capital when we write our name. All right, this is trace C. So we're just going to take and trace capital C. But remember, when we travel on the line, it's going to connect that next letter. So that C just connected to the L. All right, then let's go over to Caesar. What lowercase letter did you connect with, everyone? Lowercase a. Good job. All right, let's go over to Rachel Carson's last name. I think I might have said Carlson. It's Carson. Magic C connects to a lowercase a. Good. Christopher Columbus, the explorer. Magic C. And then it travels to connect with a lowercase o. Very good. All right, everyone. You did great work today. What did we learn about today? Let's recap. Sorry, let's see here. Scroll out a little bit. And of course, once I do that, it erases all my work, doesn't it? Okay, so one thing we learned about was the importance of the double space line. It does what? It controls our letters and it keeps our words and our letters in order. It looks much neater and nicer. And so that is why lines help us when we're writing, and especially in cursive. Okay, then we learned that lowercase c and uppercase C are what kind of letters? They're connecting letters. They connect with the next lowercase letter after them. All right, you guys did great today, and I had so much fun. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.